Hello Gemini, and welcome to your reading for the month of May. If you are new here, this is Tree Cat Tarot and I am Tree Cat. And I do monthly zodiac reads to see what the upcoming month is going to hold for you. Our basic format is that I shuffle some oracle cards for you. We go over those. And then we take a look at what your overall month of May is going to hold for you, as well as your love and relationships, career and finances, and health and spirituality. I will list down below all the decks that I'm using, as well as links to places where you can pick one up if you would like one. And I will also be linking the schedule, where the link where you can schedule an appointment with me if you would like a personal read. And without further ado, let's go ahead and start shuffling for you and see what we have. I have a little wicked stuck in my head. I can't remember the artist's full name. It's Valerie something, starts with a B. I can't remember her whole name. So for starters, we have Parsley with death. No, nobody's gonna die, but death is normally a signifier of transformation. So let's see what else we have. We have Cautious. Taurus also got that card. We have Intimidated, interesting. And if we could get one more, Spirit. So maybe you do think you're gonna die. I don't know. And that's one of the subjects I will not do a reading on. Things like that. We also have Unique. Personally, you're probably being melodramatic about something. Let's be honest, you're Gemini. Okay. And now let's take a look. What is with these cards not wanting to actually pick up in one scoop? Okay, we have Clover. So number 2 could be important to you in the month of May. Depicted on that card there is Thumbelina. Clovers could be a symbol for you. Actual sprigs of parsley. I just noticed that they show both curly parsley and flat leaf parsley on there. Oh my gosh, finally. It is not a reading unless I eat a card completely off of the table. And then we have the lady, card number 29. She is more Cinderella than princess here. So the 2nd or the 29 could be important numbers for you. They could be important dates at this time. I find it interesting that I can specifically recognize what both of these stories are. This is Thumbelina, that is Cinderella. Cinderella certainly goes through a transformation in the story, right? She goes from not really believing in herself because of the way she had been treated by people who were supposed to be her family, to being much more courageous and less timid. Thumbelina is a bit more courageous from the get-go, and I don't feel like she goes through a transformation necessarily. She's a bit more feisty anyway, right? But let's see what exactly we have here for you, Gemini. The lady can also simply be an indicator that there is a woman who is important at this time. I also heard playing small. Playing small, making your energy small, making yourself less noticeable. Okay. So for your general tarot, we have the Two of Swords in the reverse, we have the Two of Pentacles, and we have the Eight of Cups. Twos are coming up quite a bit for you. So for you, it could be a 2-month, which 2 months are about partnerships, whether they be business or romantic, as well as simply being able to balance, being able to get along, being able to be fair with other people, harmonious, right? So Two of Swords in the reverse, you're coming out of a place of being incredibly indecisive and unable to make any decision whatsoever. A decision has been made. I find it interesting that we're going from the Two of Swords in the reverse over to the Two of Pentacles, because to me, those two cards have very similar meanings, even though they are different. The Two of Pentacles is when we're juggling multiple things. When it's in the up hand, I feel as though you are successful in what you are juggling. With the Eight of Cups, however, there is a walking away of sorts. Again, coming back to the idea of transformation. Cinderella had to walk away from a way of being and a life that really was a shitty one anyway, in order to become the woman that she was on the inside, in order to let that person show through, right? Yeah, I feel like May is a month where you end up walking away from one persona in order to adopt another one. As far as it could be too that you had the reason this indecision was here is maybe you previously did not believe in your ability to juggle whatever these multiple things are, whether it be 2 jobs or multiple projects, multiple hustles. For some of you, it could be a little bit of living a double life. Gemini is an interesting sign in the duality that they have, right? A lot of you guys often get a really bad rap for being two-faced. I think that's not accurate. I think that's a very surface level understanding of what a Gemini is. Geminis are not two-faced, but they are very, very comfortable in being dualistic. Everybody in actuality is dualistic. No one is one note, no one is one-dimensional. Gemini is very comfortable wearing all of their faces, right? And you're very social signs. So I feel like in this reading, and let me know how many of you, down below in the comments, let me know how many of you are Gemini suns versus moons versus rising. I feel like I'm talking to more Gemini risings and Gemini moons than actual Gemini suns. I don't know why. That's just what I'm getting here. But yeah, there's a stepping into self here. There is a stepping into a more fuller understanding of oneself. No matter what that means for you, no matter how weird that actually makes you, you know? And not caring anymore what anyone else thinks, especially because, like, that can be scary. Deciding that you are no longer going to care what people think, that your opinion is more important than anybody else's. That's a little bit terrifying, but it's also very liberating. That's way too many cards, Spirit. Let's go ahead and take a look at your 11 relationships for the month of May. We have Temperance, card number 14, coming out with the 10 of Wands. Okay. So Temperance card number 14. It is Sagittarius energy. Temperance is also very much the healing card. The card of wounds healing. With the Ten of Wands in the up hand, I see in your romantic relationships that you are healing from a burden. I feel like for a lot of you, you may have carried one very painful relationship with you for quite some time. And you're now getting to a place to where you're, without using a pun, quite burnt out on carrying that relationship with you, carrying that wound with you. You're ready to heal it. And in the month of May, you're going to go ahead and allow yourself to do that. Because you're seeing where constantly like picking at the scab and just bleeding out all the time, it's a mess. It's a fucking mess. And you don't get any better for the sake of doing it. When we pick scabs, it's because they itch, right? So when you take that into a more psychological, emotional way, when we're picking at a scab, it's because it itches, but it's also because we're a little impatient to like peek underneath and see how it's doing. We're impatient for it to go through the process of completely healing, so it will just fall off on its own. It's the energy of someone who keeps trying to get into relationships even though they're actually not ready to do so. It's also the energy of someone who keeps itching at an old wound, scratching an old wound, thinking if they just scratch it enough, if they just do enough talk therapy, it'll be over and done with. And neither has been actually working for you, Gemini. I see you making some kind of change that allows you to let this heal. I'm not sure what that is. Actually, we're going to find out. Don't tell the other signs that we're doing this. You're going to get another card here. And it's because I'm nosy and I want to know what it is you're doing. Spirit, what? Okay, fuck. Just come right out then, I guess. Okay, so we have the Fool, which is card number 0. That is Aquarius energy. You are allowing, you're giving it to Spirit. That's what you're doing. You're surrendering your need to heal in a hurry. You're surrendering your need to be in a relationship right away. And you're like, Spirit, I give it to you. You lead. I will follow. Insert deity here. Take the wheel. I'll just bring my little cat and we will go on this adventure. So yeah, you're leaving your healing in the universe's hands, and that's allowing you to actually heal rather than you being like, well, I'm the human. I know how this is supposed to go. This is my vessel. This is my mind. Sweetie, you don't know more than the universe. I'm sorry to tell you. And but you know that now. You know that now, so that's great, right? So let's move on to your career and finances. I don't know why I'm being so snarky with you. I was not nearly this, I wasn't snarky at all with the 2 previous signs, so that's what you get, Gemini. You get always snark. It's out of love, I swear. It's seriously out of love. So we have the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse for your career and finances. And then we have, what are you? We have the Empress, card number 3. The Empress, she is Cancer and Taurus energy. I'm thinking specifically about the fact that those are the 2 signs on either side of you. I don't know why that's important. So Empress energy, though, this is great energy. This is divine feminine. This is creation for the sake of creation. This is being able to rest and knowing that you are taken care of. With the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, though, that's an interesting card to come out with the Empress, because the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse... Oh, actually, no, that makes sense. You're letting go of the need to work something to perfection, to work yourself to perfection, to be perfect. You're just letting that shit go. You realize that you don't need to be perfect, and you realize you don't need to work yourself to the bone. And by actually implementing that mindset in the month of May, you know, having good boundaries with your work hours, actually allowing yourself to rest, actually allowing yourself to play, actually allowing yourself to enjoy life, you're seeing where that in fact is getting you further financially. Because now you're not burnt out. Now you're better at seeing solutions to problems. Now you're better at generating income. Now you're better at holding on to your money because you're not trying to spend it all the time, trying to make up for the fact that you feel like shit all the time. Because you're not allowing yourself to get to a place where you feel like shit. You're not spending a bunch of money on fast food because now you actually have the time and the energy to cook. You are not... You know, if you smoke or drink or Mary Jane, you know, you're doing less of that because you're not doing it as much to cope. You're seeing that when you aren't trying to please everybody, when you're not trying to be perfect, you are actually getting further and you actually have more money and the universe brings more to you. That is a full understanding of that concept, and I am completely here for it. You very well may be afraid of the changes that you need to make, Gemini, but I am here to tell you they will be blessed. You let go of that relationship wound, it will heal. You let yourself rest a little bit, you're actually going to have more money. The universe will actually bring things to you. So let's go ahead and finish this out with, holy crap, hello, with health and spirituality. Let's see what we got here. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have, what else do we have, Spirit? For health and spirituality for Gemini. And we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I mean, you are giving it to Spirit. You are allowing the universe to give to you. But I feel like this is where this intimidation energy is. Maybe you've never been a super spiritual person up to this point. So you're kind of like, I don't know. People are telling me about these books, about stuff with stars and signs and gods, and Tree Cat keeps yelling at me. And I don't know, like, spirituality's never really been my thing. I believe in doing everything myself, but I see it's getting me nowhere. Like with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, you see that the way you used to do shit is getting you nowhere. And so, yeah, you're kind of letting go. You're kind of just letting the universe take over. And you're a bit bored. You're a bit bored, and I'm feeling like you don't really know what to do with yourself. You know, because the Four of Pentacles is either when we are overspending or hoarding. We're doing something with the money. We just don't really know what to do with that. But when we're applying that to health and spirituality, like it feels like trying something for a minute, seeing what you think of it. You keep it or you toss it, try something else for a minute. So like maybe you dive into astrology for a minute, see what you think of it. Okay, cool. Maybe you pick up a tarot or an oracle deck, play with that for a little bit. Okay, cool. You watch a couple channels videos, see what you think. You go into a couple different philosophies, see what you think. Enter a couple churches or temples or synagogues or circles or whatever, see what you think. You're just kind of dabbling around a bit in spirituality. And it's because it's never been your thing before, but you know that everything you've tried up to this point isn't working. So you're like, well, let me just see what I think. Let me just see what works for me, right? And that can be really scary, like especially if you were raised to believe that anything outside of the church is evil. It's not. And you kind of know that because you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't know that, right? You just have to go with what feels right to you. You just have to be in a place where you're constantly checking in with your body and just do what feels right. There is no one and done answer. You have to go down the path. You have to figure it out. And I'm really, really excited for you, honestly. Spiritual journeys can be super fun. They can be super fun and they can introduce you to a lot of people and a lot of ideas. You just have to be open and have discernment, right? So I definitely want you guys to comment down below, like, tell me if you are about to embark on a spiritual journey and like what you think, and let's just vibe about it, right? So happy to give this reading to you guys. This has so far been my favorite. Don't tell Aries and Taurus, but this has been my favorite so far. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe if this did anything for you. If you need any other guidance, my little link is right there in the description box below. And if not, I will just see you again soon, Gemini. Be good, be safe, and love and light to you. Bye.